Okay, so I'm going to jump in right here, right after the photos, and I'm just going to show you, and you'll see in the video what I did wrong. This is just a case of you never should craft unless your whole mind is working, which mine is not right now, and that you're totally well so that you can craft and think at the same time. I did the whole video using this as the front of my sleigh. You'll see that in the video. This is not the front. This is the front, which was no big deal because all it did was cause me to finish out everything. You know, I'll tell you in the video that I wasn't going to put the gold all the way around. Well, it just caused me to finish it out. So now both sides are finished out. Both sides have the gold on, and both sides have the black runners on here. So all it did was cause me to finish my sleigh out, and then I did go ahead and put this on the front, and then I have one on the back as well. So I think it just made it cuter with my mistake that I made, but I just thought I would show you that before you get into the video, and then you're going, the whole time that I'm making that, you're doing that backwards. So this is just to give you a really good laugh. Now, some of those big YouTubers out there would not put this up. They would completely redo it and wouldn't let you see that they totally made a flub up out of the video. But I'm going to put it up because I think it's good for a good laugh. So I hope you enjoy it. Go ahead and watch the video. Rest assured that the templates are made where you can turn it any way that you want to. So you can download those templates and cut it out and not be afraid that you're going to make yours backward too. Just remember, this big part back here is for the back of the sleigh. Hey guys, it's Eve with Scrapbooking with me, and we're going to go ahead and try to get this sleigh done. We're going to be using probably, I'm not sure if I'm going to cover mine with some of our November paper or not. I'm thinking about just doing it red, and I may go through here and cut out some things to put on the side of it. I'm not sure yet. But if I don't use some of this paper on this project, I'll definitely make some more projects for you guys. But we are going to be using some of the paper that come in your kit. I think you got some red paper in your kit, so we'll be using some of that. Now this is the template, and I've just printed mine out on a piece of thick cardstock. But you can also cut it out with your Cricut. This is the sleigh, the runner, I guess you could call that. And then there's the other part of the sleigh. And then this is the box for the inside. And I've just kind of darkened it where you need to trim out the little wedges. I just put a template of this on there so that you could see it. But we're going to go ahead and make one. And hopefully my camera is adjusted right. I haven't looked at it in a few days, so we'll see in just a minute. So we're going to put it on the 8.5 inch side. And what we're going to do is we're going to find our scoring tool. And we're going to score at 2 1/4 all the way down. And then we're going to score at 6 1/4. Okay, then you're going to turn it one turn, and you're going to score at 2 1/4, and then at 7 1/4. Okay, so that is your score lines, just 4 little score lines. We're going to go ahead and fold and burnish this. Okay, and now what we're going to do is take out just a little bit of the wedge, and we're going to start just on one of the corners. It doesn't matter which, and I'm going to cut right up that score line, and then I'm just going to wedge out on this side just a little bit, just about like that right there. I think you can see that, about that much. I'm not going to wedge on this side, so just wedge on one side. Then you're going to turn it one turn, cut up, and do a little bit of wedging. And then turn one turn, cut up, and then wedge. Turn one turn, cut up, and then wedge. Okay, so we've got all of our wedges cut out, and that's what it looks like now. So you can see that. And now all we're going to do is we're going to pull these tabs up and we're going to glue them together. So it'll go just like that. That one will go here. We'll turn it around. That one will go in there. And then that one will go in there. That one will go over there. It makes the sides just a little bit stronger by doing that way. I'm going to go ahead and increase that just a little bit. I want my corners really sharp. Okay, then we're just going to use our art glitter glue to put these together. And I know this black is harder for you to see. Believe me, it's harder for me to see too. But that's what I want to use for the inside of my little sleigh. So what you're going to do is bring this up and put the top, make sure that the top matches, that your top meets up, and that your corner over here comes together, just like we do any other box that we put together. Then I'm just going to lay it over and just press that glue out. And then you're just going to go on around the edges and do all of them the same way. Okay, so there's your box. This ends up being 4 by 5, I do believe. Yes, 4 by 5. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put our bottom piece and then our end pieces in here. This is a piece of chipboard that is cut at just shy of 4 by 5. You cut it just a little, move it to your 4-inch and then move it back just a little bit because you want it to fit down in here without any problem. Let's see if mine's gonna go. Yes, I think mine's gonna go actually without any glue. I could probably, let's just stick it down in there without any glue. It's not gonna go anywhere once I put the sides on there anyway. And then I just covered it with a piece of the black cardstock just like this. And then these I cut at, let's see what these are cut at. These are cut at 2 1/4 by 4, just shy. So go to 2 1/4 and then back it off just a tiny bit. And then go ahead and put them on the ends and just see if they need trimming a little bit. That one's going to need trimming off the bottom just a little. So I'm just going to take the bottom of that and just trim off about 1/16 of an inch. Just like that. Alright, that's going to work. And then what I'm going to do is just put it up against this one and trim this one off the same because I know that this one's going to be a little bit long if the other one is. And then I went ahead and covered these with the black cardstock as well. And I left just enough that I could fold over the top so that we won't have any raw edges of our chipboard showing. And then you're just going to put those down in the end just like that. Just make sure that they don't stick up past the end of your box. Looks like mine's going to be just right. So we're going to go ahead and put our glue on the back of this. And press it down in there. Flip it over and just make sure that my glue is evened out well. And then we'll go ahead and put this one in this end. And I'm just going to dry fit it just to make sure. And then just press that down. Now, if you're not going to put anything really heavy in your box, you don't have to worry about this. I'm going to put some hand sanitizers and different things in mine, so mine's going to need to have a little bit of support. But if you're going to put just like candy and light things in here, then you won't have to worry about that. Okay, let's lay our box aside for a moment. We don't have to put any chipboard on the sides because these two sides are going to be glued up to the sides of our sleigh, so we don't have to put chipboard there. Okay, we have one of our sleigh pieces here. Now I have just cut out, I decided to do these bottom runners in black. So I have just cut out 3 of these black runners, and I'm just going to glue those together to make it a little bit stronger and put those down there. And let's see, let me make sure I get them on the right side. That's going to be the front. Okay, but on this side, I'm just going to put down this red piece that I cut out. That was cut out of here. I could have just left it together. I don't know why I didn't. At first, I thought I wasn't going to use the black on the bottom. I was going to try to use something different, but then I got to looking at it and I thought, I think I'll use black on that and then put my colors somewhere else, my gold and that kind of thing. But you can certainly do yours in any color that you want. I'm just going to hold that up, make sure that I get it pretty straight. So we've got that back on there. Isn't that cute? And then on this side, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put these 3 together. Now, I put a good bit of glue on here because this glue, with the heat on the inside of the house, this glue is drying really fast. So I put a good bit of glue so that I have some wiggle room. I'd rather have a little bit too much as not enough, and it stick and me not be able to move it. Looks pretty good. And then I did go ahead and go around the edges of this with a black marker, just so in case I didn't get this cut exactly right, that the black marker would take up any of that chipboard that was still showing. So we're going to put this down on here. Again, I'm going to use a pretty good bit of glue. It doesn't take this much normally, but I have the gas heat on and it is very dry. So it's drying this glue out really fast. Alright, I've got that down, and I'm just going to look and make sure that I don't have any chipboard showing, and if I do, I can go around that with my marker, but I don't see any at all. Alright, so there we go with that piece. This one's going to be on this side. Alright, now what I did on this one is I went around this with my Versamark, and then I put that gold Wow embossing powder around the edges just to give it that gold trim. I'm going to do the same thing on here, and I'm not going to worry about if it's perfectly straight on there or anything like that. I am going to use my powder tool just so that I don't get it all over the place, but I'm not going to worry if it's not exactly straight. As you can see, this one is not, but I like the look of it. It's a little bit thicker in some areas than it is in the other, but I like that look. I'm going to drag out my coffee filters. I think I'll just need one maybe. And then I'm going to go ahead. This came in a kit a couple of months ago, I think. Let's see, make sure I'm putting it on the right side. I think we got this in our kits a couple of months ago. And this is just another way that you can use this. So just rub it on the edge, and you won't be able to see this very much until I get finished, and then I'll try to hold it up where you can see it. And I'm also putting it on the rounded part, that edge right there, just so that some of that gold will stick to that as well. Then we're just going to open our embossing powder, and then I'm just going to start sprinkling it on here. Okay. And then I'm going to flip it over and just kind of tap off the excess. You can always go back and redo if you need to, put more on. Now I'm just going to take a little brush and I'm just going to go around the edge. And what this is going to do is just going to even it up just a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about it being perfect, but I just want to even it up a tiny bit. Make it look a little bit rounder at the edges. And I took a little bit too much off right there, but I'll go back and fix that when I dry this layer. My hands are still a little bit shaky, so it's a little bit difficult for me to go straight right now. Okay, we're going to heat this. And then I'll go back and I'll put a little bit more right there. So I'm going to lay that over to the side. I have my heat tool, and these are the ones that we sell in the shop. We're selling them for like $12.99, and they're regular $30. They're $29.95 retail. But I think we do have more of these. I will double check and make sure. But make sure that you heat your heat tool up first before you go to your embossing powder. So I'll put this on silent so that this won't be so loud for you, but you'll see that I'm going to hold it for a little bit and heat it up. Now, if you don't have a glass mat like I do or a heat resistant mat, make sure that you don't lay that down on your rubber mat, because if you do, it will ruin it. Put something that's heat resistant under it. Now, I'm just going to go back, and in that area where I rubbed a little bit too much off, I'm just going to put that on there, and then I'm going to go around one more time on the end and just get a little bit more of that embossing powder on that end. Okay, then we're going to brush this on again. Okay. Now again, we need our heat tool hot. So I'm going to heat it up and then go to it. Alright, so there is your gold around the top of your sleigh. Isn't that cute? Alright, we're going to lay that aside, and I am going to put my embossing powder back in before I decide to make a big mess. Now, if you have any embossing powder that's spilled out, I use a lint roller, and mine squeaks, so sorry about that. I don't know why it squeaks. I use a lint roller, and I roll across that, and I spilt a little bit over here, so we're going to get that up. Because I don't like raking it off in my floor, and I don't like trying to get it up with a towel, because usually it just spreads it. So I use a lint brush, and look at that. Picks it all up. And then you just peel that part off. There we go, and throw that part away. So I keep that roller out here. I keep this one just for my shop, and then we have one in the house that we use for the clothes. All right, I think we are ready. Let's see. Do you know I did go ahead and put these on the wrong side? This should have been on this side. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it together, and then I'll go back later and cut another black one to put on this side. It's not a biggie, but we'll just cut another black one to go on that side. Now, when you're putting this little piece down right here, you want to come back about an inch from the end here, from the fattest part. So let me see if I can mark this. So come back about an inch, and then I just make a little tiny mark. And then make sure that both of your little corners, this one and this one, is down at the end of here. So both of the points are down there. So let's go ahead and I'll just dry fit it and see what it looks like. Just bring them right down to the bottom, not below. Yeah, that's going to be fine right there. Alright, so I'm going to put a good bit of glue on this side. You could use score tape or something else if you wanted to. I'm just going to use glue so that I can wiggle it around a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to try to get it right where I made my mark. There we go. That point is down at the bottom. And then that point is down at the bottom. Just like that. Then I'm going to press this down. Okay. So see how I put these 2 points right at the bottom of the sleigh. Not over it so that you can see it from the outside, but right at the bottom. And that makes this top come right to the edge of that. Okay, just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead on this one, and we're going to go from the fattest part right here and measure back an inch and just put us a little tiny mark. Just something to go by. So we're going to put that one down like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this side. You see, my mind is still not working exactly right. I'm still making a few goof ups, but I'm just going to leave it in here because I want you guys to see exactly how I do this and exactly how I fix my mess ups. Right, so there's my mark. Put that down there. And that down there. Okay. Alright, so there is our sleigh. Now, as you can see, I did this. I put this on the wrong side. I need one over here, so I'm going to cut a black one to put out here. And then I put this on the inside, the gold, and this on the outside, which is fine because if they're looking at it from this side, then they're going to see that gold on both of them. But if you want to go ahead and put gold on both sides of yours, you can. I probably will go back and put some gold here on this side, just so that it'll show if they turn it this way, just so that you'll be able to see the gold. But I'm not sure that I will go back and put gold in here. I don't know. I might. We'll see. If you see it in the pictures and it's got gold on both sides, then you'll know. Okay, now what we're going to do is take that stamp set that came in our kit. And this is the May May stamp set, and it is called Jolly O Elf. And we're going to use this Merry Christmas right here. And we're going to emboss it as well. I'm just going to put my embossing ink on here. Put a good layer. And we're going to press this down close to the center of this. Let me get it down here where I can see it. Maybe I won't get my head in the shot. There we go. Press that down well. Okay, and I know you can't see that, but hold on a second and you will be able to. When you sprinkle your embossing powder on, there you go. Okay, and now we're going to heat set this. I'm going to heat my tool up and then put it to that. Okay, there you go. Isn't that pretty? When your embossing powder changes colors, then you know that it is finished. It's finished heating. Now I'm going to mat this on a little scrap piece of black paper. Okay, and then I will just trim this out. Okay, and then we're going to put that right on the side, just like that. And I'm going to put it up on pop dots. And you got some of these foam dots in your kit. So you can use those to pop that little sign up just a little bit. I think I'm going to put it right there. Not exactly even. I want it to be a little bit offset. And I'm going to use my punch that Tina sent me. I'm going to cut out some of these little branches and I'm going to make a wreath. And I'm just cutting them in two different colors. One kind of a light green and another one a little bit darker, so that I can make it look more three-dimensional. Okay, all I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to make a little branch up here at the top. So I'm going to lay them in here first and see what I want it to look like. I'm just going to tuck that in right there. Then I want to take this one and just start it right there at the end. Just kind of bring it up. Same thing with this one. Tuck that under there. And then start this one up that way and bring that up. And then I'm going to do one more, I think, just to kind of even this out. Like that. And then I think I'm going to take this little red bow and I'm going to put it right there on the side of that. I like how that looks. I may make it just a little bit smaller. And this is just a bow that I tied a while ago for something and I didn't use it, so I had it in my little basket here on my desk. So it's time to use it on this. Oh yeah, that's small enough. So then I'm going to trim these off. And then we'll put that down right there. Cute, cute, cute. I like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, I may put a few more branches on the back of this just to kind of even that out. So let's see what that looks like. Bring those in there. And don't worry about the glue because it's going to dry clear, so it's not going to show. Oh yeah, there we go. That looks better. It looks like they're just kind of falling back that way. I like that. And then I'm going to put one here on the front as well. So I'm just going to make a little, let's see, let's just try to make a little wreath for this one. And I'm probably just going to glue them together like this. So I'll put a little glue right there. And then put this one on the end of it. And then put a little bit more glue on the top. And again, go in and put one there and one there. Hold that down. I'm going to kind of twist them a little bit so that they won't be right on top of each other. Okay. And then I think I'll come on out a little bit with one. Just making one of those little half moon looking wreaths that you see sometimes on doors or windows, something like that. Something like that, and then we're going to put something in the center of it. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go one more out just to give it some fullness. And I'm just kind of alternating back and forth with my colors of these branches. Yeah, that looks better. So it's just a little, one of those little branches. I don't know what you call that, but, and then we're going to put this right here on the front with something in the center of it. I'm not sure if I'll put a bow or maybe a jingle bell. I'm not sure. Let me see what I've got. So I actually have another little bow that's already tied, so I think I will put that on there, right in the center, just like that. Hold that down. Oh, cute. I like that. And then I'll put it right here on the front, and for a second you won't be able to see it until I get it glued down, then I'll hold it up. There you go. Isn't that cute? I like that. And now I can just put all kinds of things on the inside here. And like I said, if I want it to go back and put the silver on this side, I can. But I think I'm going to set these on my table right at the front of the plate with all the goodies inside. So all they'll see is this side anyway. But if you want to put the gold on both sides of yours, that is fine. I just forgot. Plain and simple, forgot. So I think that's super cute. You can continue decorating. You can put lots more things on here if you want to. I'm just going to put some, I'm going to get some red paper, tissue paper, and put down in here, and then put all of my goodies in there. And I'll try to have that done when I take the photos of it. But that is it. That is just how simple the little sleigh is. And I think it is going to be super cute on the table for Christmas. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget the SVG and PDF files will be linked below, so you can go over and grab those and cut these out as well and make as many sleighs as you want. It is yours for free. Alright, we will talk to you guys later, and I wanted to say thank you to all of you who have sent me prayers and hugs and well wishes and everything. I am feeling a lot better. I'm still weak. I still have a ways to go. My blood sugar is slowly coming down, so we're thankful for that. But I just appreciate every one of you. I appreciate all of you who went and watched a lot of my older videos just to keep me in the loop, in the good graces with YouTube. I really appreciate that. A lot of you said that you did, and I'm very thankful. God bless all of you, and I love you so much and appreciate you more than I could ever tell you. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.